listen, we all heard the term use your haters as your motivators. I've been doing this since I was little, but since I started to like raise my vibration, I kind of started to move a little different because like you kind of want to only focus on the things you can control in a sense. So if I'm focused so much on haters, I feel like that lowered my vibration. Now, I used to do it in a petty way. You feel what I'm saying? I used to do it like it kind of used to turn me up. It used to be like, all right, somebody want to move this way, somebody want to act this way, somebody want to tear me down, somebody want to get close to me just to tear me down. Say no more. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's like, I think that's like, that's the dog in me. I was gonna say that's the Philly in me, but I feel like part of being from Philly made me like that. You feel what I'm saying? But man, I kind of changed so much. Like I said, through you know, following God, following certain philosophies. Um, like I said, I'm not religious. I believe in God, believe in the higher power. And those Bible scriptures definitely do change your mindset. They do raise your vibration. But I'm more of like a, I'm open to a lot of different. I like things from Buddhism. I like things from a lot of different philosophies and stuff like that that'll allow you to raise your vibration, be more positive, and just become a more grounded and healthy individual. You feel what I'm saying? But it's crazy because I like 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? No Diddy. I like 50 Cent because the way he move is so, it's grounded, but at the same time he let his haters know, you know what I'm saying? He do it in a petty way, kind of like I used to do back in the day, but I feel like there's nothing wrong with it. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like the way he move is the way he move, and I chose to change a little bit. But I like I rocks with that. Like I rocks with that. The reason why haters are so important too, you know what I'm saying? Is because they make you more tolerant of dealing with so many people on different levels. So say if you're dealing with the biggest hater, you know, somebody that's blatantly hating on you, so because you got two types of haters. You got people that covertly hate, to where I've had friends like this that would get close to me and they would be super jealous, or they throw shots at me, whatever the case may be, or they try to do like little smart. I had this one friend that was out of pocket, dog. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? I show love to bro, but he got a lot of insecurities. But I had told him who I didn't like at the time, because I like lyrical rappers. I like King Los's and Kendrick Lamar's, and I like Drake and them, stuff like that too. But like I like lyrical rappers, you know, Eminem's and stuff like that. So I told him that I ain't like Soulja Boy. So he talking to me, whatever the case may be, and then he's like, you know who you remind me of when I was rapping? He's like, Soulja Boy. But it was just because in his mind he had me on this pedestal and he wanted to bring me down some notches, because I think because, you know, of being homeschooled, like you seen that video in the beginning, or in my intro, you can see it in my intro when I put my intro on some of these videos. I was isolated for years and years in homeschool. So when I went to school and I exerted a certain level of confidence, and I didn't have the middle school experience, I didn't have people trying to tear me down through middle school or heartbreaks and stuff like that. So I came straight to school with this smiley attitude, with this high confidence, because a lot of times confidence comes from isolation and working on yourself. And when you don't have nothing to compare yourself to, you feel me? It was just me. So like I came to school with like this certain vibe and this certain vibration that I think is authentically who I was. But being homeschooled on top of that, and being isolated from my family while being homeschooled, and really just cultivating a certain version of myself, was really conducive. You see me using all these big words. It was really no. It was really important for my development. And I kind of got lost in the sauce when I got into high school, because I didn't have certain boundaries. And since I grew up in a narcissistic family system, they kind of conditioned me. I'm not going in victim mentality. I'm just calling it for what it was. They kind of conditioned me to move a certain type of way, which was not good. If I grew up in a healthy family and I was able to, you know, be that version of myself that was, you know, so confident coming out of homeschool, then I would have went in school and I would have thrived on a different level. Now I still thrive through the trauma and the chaos, because I love it. You feel what I'm saying? I love it, but it would have been a little different element. So I just wanted to say that. But yeah, so the bro tried to throw shots at me, and he was like more of a covert hater. He was more of a like, let me get close to you. I want you to stay on the same level as me, but I don't want to see you grow. And I always make this analogy. You ever like you trying to stand up and somebody like this holding down your shoulder, you know what I'm saying? But over time, I did a lot of work on myself, and I started to learn about more so about jealousy and envy. And I knew about it, but I wasn't, it's hard to explain. I knew about it, but I wasn't equipped to how certain people move. Like how I would say it was covert. You know, I had that happen with my own blood, with cousins and brothers and sisters throwing shots at me, whatever the case may be. And I didn't realize it. It would just go over my head. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 until I start working on myself. Oh, my bad. I start working on myself, and I start really realizing like, oh dang, that person throwing shots at me. Oh, that person, that, what the, hold up, we supposed to be cool, we supposed to be blood. That, it kind of hurt me at first, and then it made me mad, you feel me? It made me want to double back and be like, all right, say no more. Whether it was blood, family, whatever, I was like, all right, say no more. That's kind of what type of time I was on. I was on some petty stuff, because at first I'm on some petty stuff towards people that I don't know, that's not my blood, that's not my close friends and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, say no more. And I'm a competitive person, so like we at the park and somebody foul me hard, all right, say no more, I'm gonna fry you. Or if somebody, you know, fight somebody I know, say no more, that type vibes. We on that. But I wasn't kind of aware of, and that was the good and the bad. So remember, the good was the fact that I cultivate the version of myself that was super confident, but in regards to being homeschooled. But the bad was the fact that I wasn't. So you know how I said I went to homeschool and I grew that confidence or whatever the case may be. That was the good part of it. The bad part of it was the fact that, you know how I said everybody had a middle school experience. They were able to see certain things that I was not exposed to. So it was a good and a bad side of it. You feel what I'm saying? So it was kind of like they was learning, I guess, more so how to cultivate some confidence in a sense, or not allow people to tear them down, which I feel like I had that part. But at the same time, they knew certain experiences and things that made them not be as naive as I was in a sense. So they were working on that side, I was working on that side. It's like the two sides of the same coin. I was no better than them, they was no better than me. But you know, like I said, coming from the family I came from, I just aligned with the wrong people, wrong friends. And you know, I feel like it's not a bad thing because it taught me so much. So I feel like when we look at stuff and be like, dang, I hung up with the wrong people. Dang, you know, my family was toxic, or dang, there's always a reason for it. Now I can make this content. Now I can talk to people about the fact that I connected with God, but I'm not religious. And you don't have to be religious to believe in God, or you can believe in multiple different things. Buddhism, you can believe in Christianity things, and you also can believe in what do you call it? The Muslims, whatever they talk about. You can believe in whatever you want to believe for. They say what they say. If you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for. If you don't stand for nothing, you're gonna fall for something. Exactly, but you don't have to stand for Christianity. You don't have to stand for Muslim. You don't have to stand to be a Buddhism. You don't have to put yourself in a box. You can stand for a lot of different ideologies or scriptures within inside of each different realm, or each different religion, or each different belief or philosophy. But you can still be you. You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of time I'm coming on. And everything that I've been through with the friend situation, with the family situation, with everything in life, writing my book, check it out, Definition of Perseverance on Amazon, you'll start to realize like, bro, I can be who I want to be without society saying that I have to operate this way, without society saying that I'm supposed to win because I've been through a lot of stuff. No, that made me who I am, and now I can talk to other people. Now I can shed my light. Now I can be authentically who I am, and be proud of the fact that I went through all of that and I made it out and I wrote a book about it. Or maybe you ain't write a book about it. Maybe you wrote a story about it. Maybe you make content about it. Maybe you just help people in person that you see sometimes, and when they're going through something, you might be like, hey, yo, I've been through X, Y, and Z, You don't have to do it on a public platform like everybody does. You could just share your wisdom with individuals in person at your job. You know, whether you do, you know, you can do whatever at school. You know, I had a lot of teachers, you know, that were dope on my journey. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of teachers, a lot of coaches that were conducive for my life, and that were very important along my journey. And it's so crazy how I'm only 28 and I feel like I'm like 50, but like so many so many different parts of my journey has made me realize how long life is. Even though people say it's so short, I feel like life has been so long, but at the end of the day, when you're going through all of this, when you're growing, when you're able to share these things that you've been through, you'll realize that you're going to get a lot of haters. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a lot of haters. You're going to get a lot of people try to tear you down. You're going to get a lot of people that try to be your friend and also covertly either keep you on a same level or push you down even further. You might resemble somebody in their life that had the same spirit as you, that had the same qualities, that had the same personality, and they might only get close to you to tear you down, despise you. And it's important to know that, especially in this day and age and world. Um, and everything that people show you isn't always who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's a very tricky world out here, but it comes with haters. It comes with people smear campaigning you. It comes with people trying to tear you down. But you gotta love yourself, spread love, become the best version of yourself, and walk the path that you feel like God or whoever the higher power, whatever you believe in, has designed you to do. If you are not moving in the way that you are designed, you are doing a disservice to yourself and a disservice to the world. If God created you to be a dog, if He created you to persevere, if He created you to continue to push forward and you moping and crying and complaining and doing victim mentality, bro, you're doing a disservice to yourself and disservice to the whole world. But I can't tell you how to do it because you got to do it your way. It's your boy Josh Different. I'm different, you different, we different. Subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Comment below for the algorithm, baby.